always say that when people ask me, what is the one problem that you think needs to be solved in Nigeria? I say it's corruption. For me, if corruption is solved, a lot of issues in Nigeria would be resolved. So think of it. We award contracts, and you hear from the contractors, even before they get their mobilization, the staff in the ministry are already asking for money, even before they are paid. So some of these projects are funded by banks, loans from banks. So they go and get the money, the loan is running, interest is also accruing, and they haven't even been paid mobilization. So that cost is already building up. And then by the time they start, if it's in these days of inflation, high inflation, they realize that what they even quoted is not even sufficient for the project. And then they start to do all sorts of things. And that is why the road is constructed, and in less than a year, you start seeing lots of potholes. Corruption affects you, it affects me. Look at the healthcare industry. Mr. President had to fly out. Were our hospitals never funded? What happened to the money? There is a joke that one of our presidents, is a joke please, one of our presidents visited Canada, and he got there, and the Canadian prime minister they have was taking him around and then said, oh, you see that project, the hospital, to build that hospital, 10 million, $500,000. Oh, you see the National Stadium, to do that, 5 million, $500,000. And then he reciprocated and visited Nigeria. And he got to Nigeria, and the Nigerian president said, you see the hospital? And the man says, is that a hospital? He says, yes, it's a hospital. Yes. 10 million, $500,000. What does that tell us? Corruption also happens in other countries. It's not peculiar to Nigeria. But the magnitude in Nigeria is just so worrisome. It's really worrisome. You know, in the early days, I think in the early 90s, in my office then when they talked about the amount of money involved, I used to argue and say, no, it can't be. Also think, why would somebody be keeping 1 billion? What does he want to do with it? But we see it. We kept $43 million in an apartment. Please just think of it as owners of businesses. How much do you go to the banks to request? And I think in the overview for this meeting, it was said that by 2030, corruption will cost Nigeria 37% of our national GDP. Our national GDP as of now has been hovering between $400–500 billion. Just take 30% of that and see how much impact that would make in our economy. I don't know how you feel when you travel to other countries and see things working well. I don't know how you feel when, you're scrutinized just because you carry a green passport. This is why we must all fight. We must all say no. Even if it's going to cost you just 100 naira, say no. It is not acceptable. People have lost reputation. Reputation builds over years. And it's very easy when things are going well for you. You have a lot of friends. But when you come down to nothing, that's when you know the real friends. People who came around you probably helped enjoy the money you were making. When the story is out, ABC company did this. No one wants to associate with you. Now, what should we do as business owners? We want things fast. We want our businesses to grow. Don't be in a hurry. Don't do things the wrong way just because you want business to grow. The business will crash. The rate at which it will crash will be more than the rate at which it has grown. So grow steadily. Build up your network of customers, clients. Build up your profits. And then you'll be happy for it. Once you start to compromise in little things, it's going to be very difficult to say no to the big things. Also build trust. A number of companies are beginning to partner with suppliers who they also can trust, who they know will not put their business into trouble. Because if something affects your supplier, it also affects you as a company. This is why companies like Siemens also try. You don't just take anyone on as a supplier. So as a supplier, what are the things you ought to have? Your VAT registration, your registration with the Corporate Affairs Commission, all the things you need to do, get them done. And you see that you would have companies who will be willing to partner with you.